This is a Bob's Track Talk that is bursting at the brim. From Groundhog Day in F1 to our Kiwi mate winning in Mexico and the greatest test of all, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, this is a track talk that can't be missed. Let's start with Formula One in Montreal, and it was Mercedes driver George Russell who qualified on pole and would ultimately win, but there was plenty of action in the pack. Alex Albon took this shortcut on the opening lap. Lance Stroll copped the penalty for running Pierre Gasly out of road. And it all boiled over for the title-leading McLarens when Lando Norris dive-bombed Aussie Oscar at the hairpin. Piastri did the old over and under trick and seemed set to hold his fourth place in the dying stages. Lando wasn't lying down though, but he would soon get a rest when he misjudged, put himself in the wall and ended his race. Oscar's car was okay, claimed fourth, and extended his title lead. But it was a day for George. Toto was happy, and the Brit made most of his time on the podium, his first win for 2025. Across a couple of borders now, and New Zealand ace Shane van Gisbergen was the man in Mexico, NASCAR's first official race in the country. There was plenty of carnage across the 100 laps, including this pileup at the first term, that sent many teams scrambling through the spare parts bin. Riley Herbst left everyone's hearts in their mouths after he was turned by William Byron and rejoined the race, well, dangerously. SVG didn't have it all to himself, but ultimately he finished a whopping 15 seconds ahead of the next best. It was the Kiwi's second NASCAR Cup Series win, and he's now a guaranteed starter in the playoffs later this year. He celebrated by sending some smoke signals back to New Zealand. Over in France, and the 24 Hours of Le Mans was another nail-biting classic. Lap traffic played its part in two early shunts, the second of which put paid to this Peugeot's place. Corvette got its revenge for being left out of the Ford versus Ferrari movie, while LMP2 provided the class racing thrills, and when night fell, some simply fell asleep. The sun returned and vision restored, but mistakes were still being made, and none bigger than this scary moment when a wheel departed the podium-placed LMP2 car. The Aston Martin hypercar opened its own lawn mowing service, but when it was all said and done, the satellite AF Corsa number 83 Ferrari was too good, giving the prancing horse 3 Le Mans wins on the hop. Aussie Matt Campbell was a fine second with his Porsche team. And our main man Rod Jane was over there too, competing in the Porsche Sprint Challenge races. Among an entry list of 71 stunners from Stuttgart, Jane qualified 7th and 4th for the two races and finished 9th and 8th. That, I'm sure you'll agree, was a fantastic effort. And finally, sparks were flying in the IndyCar race in St. Louis. There were some early prangs, but none bigger than this big one that saw Joseph Newgarden leap over the back of Louis Foster's car, creating a sparks display that no one wanted to see. Both drivers emerged okay. In the end, it was Andretti driver Kyle Kirkwood who won his second race in a row. And that's it for this week. The heavy end of Australian motorsport fraternity is on its way to Darwin and some sun for the Repco Supercars annual trip to the top end. I'm your host, Richard Crail. And if you don't see me sunning my legs at Hidden Valley, you'll hear from me next week on Bob's Track Talk.